At department stores, but at Ross, it's less than $50. For home, there's no place like Ross.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Katie Sinclair, who is suing Jeremy Gilbert for harassment and emotional distress.
Now, is it offensive? Yes. Is it understandable? Yes. The baby's still crying. This is not resolving itself.
Okay.
And it never dawned on you, you know what? The baby's next to his wall. Maybe I need to bring the baby in the room with me. You know, because at least I can demonstrate that I'm being neighborly. You keep the baby in that room, I take it.
Well, at first, because she wakes up in the middle of the night and she's, you know, crying at first.
All right. So
when I lay her down, she's okay.
Because this gets ratcheted up, and you're suing for $10,000 because.
Yeah. Well, what happened is that a friend of mine suggested that I would get a baby monitoring system.
Yes.
And it's one of the newer ones that's out now. It's very good. Since I am a school teacher, I'm worried about my baby since I have a new babysitter there watching
This gentleman's nodding.
for
Is
me.
he your witness?
Yes, he's my
Sir,
witness.
come on up. And what's your name?
Craig Holmes.
And Mr. Holmes, why did you bring Mr. Holmes here?
Well, I go into, this happened at night again. I wake up in the middle of the night. My baby's fine now. The ear infection's gone and everything. I hear all of this cussing and everything, real loud, vulgar language over my baby monitor, which I had just gotten installed. And I go into the baby's room, and I hear Jeremy's voice screaming at my baby. Screaming at my baby. Now my baby's crying and everything.
Your Honor, she's using my internet service. 6
that
months later, she's still using my internet service.
You answered every question but the one I asked you. Is it true that you're on the monitor talking now to the child?
I was saying to the child, please
Screaming.
calm down.
No, there was nothing wrong with my baby.
Right.
She didn't
So
have
now
an ear
let me go to
infection or
Mr.
anything.
Holmes. How is it possible that he is able to access her baby monitor?
Well, I mean, the software was out of date, so it was pretty simple for him to get in.
The software for the monitor?
Yes, correct.
She just said it was the newest technology.
It was, but there was an update that she had missed.
All right. How did you come in contact with the plaintiff?
So my mother works with her, and I've been into computers a while, and she knows that. So as soon as this incident happened, she contacted me to look over her whole system.
How would he be able to
To
go
see,
To see what was going on.
Because you did all this online,
Because I didn't
right?
know how he could, you know, how his voice would come over my baby monitor.
And you didn't want to just
monitoring
ask him
system.
directly?
No, because he's
Okay, because at that point you're like,
Crazy.
something's
There's
wrong
something
here.
wrong with
All right,
it.
so explain to me how that works, sir.
So what happened? I mean, she was on his service. That's clear. So because of that, he was able to access basically all of her information. So we were looking through...
Because all her information is being held on the server
Correct.
that she's still using because she hasn't gotten her own at this point.
Yeah.
So he still had access to it.
but that's not
No,
all.
I'm talking to Mr. Holmes.
And that's not all. So after I dug through her, basically her whole network, her server, I found that Mr. Holmes had sent some malicious emails containing spam and just Trojan software. And from that, he was able to access all of her accounts, not just the baby monitor, banking, social networks, everything. And basically he had gone through just everything on her computer.
And the picture.
Yeah, and he was taking pictures of her off of her own webcam.
I have
It's
the
just really
evidence
just
right
strange
here.
behavior.
My internet
Stop.
service.
Yes.
This whole conversation was based on what's reasonable. We have entered into a whole different zone of behavior.
Coming up on America's Court.
I had no idea he was taking those pictures of me through my computer camera.
You accessed her system because the baby was annoying you to that degree.
Closed captioning provided by